Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and today's video, as you can see, is going to be an eyeshadow do's and eyeshadow don'ts video. This is the do side, this is the don't side, and I'm going to teach you guys how to do makeup the right way and the wrong way. Eye makeup the right way and the wrong way. And now we're going to get started with the video, but before that, if you have not subscribed to my channel, definitely do consider subscribing. And yeah, now let's get started with the video. This is going to be the do side and this is going to be the don't side. Alright, so the first do that we have to do is we have to prime and conceal our eyelids, and then we have to set it further with powder. And then on the don't side, we're not going to prime and we're not going to conceal. Now the reason that you want to prime and conceal on the do side is because one, it's going to help your eyeshadow last longer. Secondly, it's going to make the colors of your eyeshadow really pop and become more visible. And so after you apply the primer and the concealer, it is best to set it with powder further, because that further helps with the blending. But depending on the eye look, if you want like a cut crease situation, you might not want to. It depends on your eye look, but for most eye looks, you want to set your primer or concealer further because that helps with the blending. And on the don't side, the lack of the primer or the concealer is not going to make your eyeshadow visible. It's also not going to make your eyeshadow last that long on your eye, and it's just going to be everywhere. So the second do that we're going to do is on this side, we are going to apply a transition shade, and on this side, we are not going to apply the transition shade. So this is the do, apply the transition shade, and this is the don't apply the transition shade. Now the reason that you want to apply a transition shade is because it's going to help any dark colors really diffuse and blend really nicely without like a stark line, you know, that shows up. That's why you want to apply a transition shade. And on this side, because we will not apply the transition shade, you will see what I'm talking about. There will be a stark line here. That's probably going to be shown in the next step. But yeah, you really want to apply a transition shade. But one thing that I want to really make clear is that the transition shade is different for different skin tones. Now ideally, your transition shade is going to be 1 to 2 shades darker than your actual skin tone. So if you are really fair, a peach or a light orange might be the right transition shade for you. Whereas if you're like a medium skin tone like mine, a light brown or an orange shade would be the perfect transition shade for you. And if you have deep skin tone, then maybe a light brown or a medium brown or a dark orange might be the right transition shade for you. It really depends on not just the shade of your transition shade that you're choosing, but also how pigmented your eyeshadow is. Like for example, if you have deep skin tone and the orange that you're using is really pigmented, that might not be the perfect transition shade because it's going to show up as a shade, as a vibrant shade of its own. So that's also really important to keep in mind, that your transition shade is kind of like, it blends into your the skin around your eyes. You don't want it to be too vibrant, if that makes sense. Okay, so the next do is applying the transition shade on the crease. You really want to apply the transition shade on the crease if you have normal eyes, and if you have hooded eyes, you want to apply it above the crease. And on the don't side, you are not going to apply the transition shade. So what is the crease of your eye exactly? The crease of your eye is the fold that forms on your eyelid. Like for example, you can see probably this is the crease of my eye. Now I'm going to raise my eyes, and you can see here the crease is more prominent, but you can also see that I have slightly hooded eyes. So this is why I actually apply the transition shade and any other shade, dark shade, a little bit above my actual crease, because I want my eyes to appear more open and lifted. So you're going to want to use a brush like this that is fluffy to apply the transition shade to make sure that it is nice and blended. As I was applying the transition shade and blending it, you can see that I'm running this side to side, which is back and forth on the crease. And then I'm also drawing like these little circles. I'm not actually moving the brush, around like this, but I'm just keeping it at one point and then just like doing like little circular motions like this, and then dragging this like this. Okay, so I know you guys are probably getting really anxious because we haven't done anything on this side, but in this step, we are going to do something with this side. The next do that you have to do is basically on this side, you have to apply a darker shade to define your eyes. And then on the don't side, you are going to apply the darker shade, but you're just going to blend it everywhere. And what that is going to do is that is not going to help with your eye shape. Now I know it sounds really complicated, but it's not. Basically, just take a darker shade on a brush like this or any flat brush, and what you want to do is you want to apply it on the outer parts of your crease. That's it, just the outer parts of your crease, and then you're gonna blend it softly in the crease, and that is it. If you have hooded eyes, you're going to obviously want to take it a little bit above the crease, like I said before, because you want our eyes to be open. And also, if you have hooded eyes, you're going to want to, at the outer edge, blend it a little bit towards the end of the eyebrow, because that is really going to open up your eyes. And then on the don't side, you're going to take the dark shade and you're going to apply it all over the crease, and then you're going to blend it like this. So what that is going to do is that it's not going to help define your eyes. And remember how I said before that there is going to be a stark line? This is also going to cause that stark line to form. Okay, so this is what it looks like, as you can see. So the next do that we have to do is we're going to apply shimmer on our eyelids only, and on the don't side we're actually going to apply the shimmer on the crease as well. It depends really on the look that you're going for. When it comes to cut creases or some sort of like a really creative and editorial kind of makeup look, you can apply your crease your shimmer shade above your crease. But for this very simple eye look that you can kind of like wear every day, you really want to apply your shimmer shade on your lid and not on your crease. So that is what we're going to do, and you guys are going to see how that affects the whole look. Alright guys, so as you can see, this is our do's and this is our don't side, and now for the last step, and that is going to be eyeliner. So the next do for this side is going to be that we are going to apply eyeliner according to our eye shape. And on the don't side, we are not going to consider our eye shape, and we're going to do the exact opposite. If you have big eyes, your eyelid is really protruding and big, apply a thick eyeliner. And if you have kind of like hooded or small eyes, you're going to want to apply a very thin layer of eyeliner. And then on the don't side, we are going to do the opposite. So because I have hooded and small eyes, I am going to apply a thick layer of eyeliner, which is what I should not be doing. Alright guys, so this is the final finished look. This is the do side, this is the don't side. So I skipped lashes on both these sides, but I have applied mascara, and I wanted to skip lashes because honestly lashes make everything look good. So this side would have ended up looking a little bit better, but I wanted to show you guys the actual effect of the techniques that I've used. So once again, this is the do side, this is the don't side. Alright guys, so that was it for this video. I hope this video was helpful and that you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you have not subscribed to my channel already, definitely subscribe, and also don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye bye.